Hi, Ralph Harris from the Home Mag, and I am with Gordon and Gary from Vinyl Fencing Company. How are you today, gentlemen?
Really good. How are you, Ralph?
Thank you very much for coming in.
Excellent.
Okay, so today what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about your businesses, and there's always a story behind every business. So if we could start off today with you guys telling me a little bit about how you guys got into business and the story behind it.
Well, about 15, 16 years ago, 1996, I was getting ready to get into the financial, being a stockbroker. And then a friend of mine approached me and said, well, you got to look at this product. We don't have it in LA much, and it's all over Utah.
Right. And you were living in LA at the time, right?
I was living in LA at the
Right.
time. So I didn't do much about it to me at first, but then I said, let me look at it. And I looked at it, it's like, wow, this is good, and there's not much of this. So anyway, it intrigued me so much that I got in with them as a contractor and a salesperson and their marketing, and we started developing this business from scratch in 1996.
Right.
After about 5 years into that, working and developing that business, one night I get a call, and on the other line was Gordon. And he was managing a fence project in their community, and
This was Orange County now,
this was
right?
Orange County.
Right.
And
Had you ever been out to Orange County before?
very rarely. I
Right.
mean, we go to Disneyland once in a
Yeah.
while, and that's about it. So on the other end is Gordon, and he's asking if we're interested in 10,000 feet of fence.
Wow. Was that a big order at the time?
It was big. It was over $430,000
Right.
of work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sure, I'm interested. I'll come down. Where are you at? I happen to be 60 miles away from where we were.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, we got together, we talked about the project, and from here on I won't let Gordon talk about it because he's got a great story after here.
When I contacted Gary at the company up in LA that he worked for, he came down and gave us a presentation on the vinyl fencing that
Right.
we needed. We needed 2.5 miles of fencing, Ralph,
Wow.
and 192 gates, so a pretty big
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
And the way it started was, I have been in sales all my life. And I worked for this company for 20 years, and after 9/11, the company went out of business.
Yeah.
So I was
Are
unemployed.
you in technology or electronics or something?
Telecommunications.
Oh, okay. Telephones and all that,
Telephones.
right? Okay.
Yeah. And so the company went out of business, and I was unemployed for
Yeah.
the first time in my life.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate, I didn't have to go find something else to do. I'm from Canada, I went back to Canada, spent some time. Then I came back down, and the economy wasn't really getting any better, so I've always been a handy guy. Whether it's plumbing, electrical,
Right.
tile work,
You like
whatever.
working
I
with hands.
do it myself, I've never
Right.
hired a contractor. So I had to get approval from the homeowners association to do this project in my backyard in Aliso Viejo, where the fencing is installed now. And I got approval for all the projects, the patio cover, barbecue, and I was doing this work, and they approached me, the association approached me and said, you're a handy guy, we need some new fencing. Do you think you could spend some time and check out the contractors and get us some quotes?
So you said, sure, I'll love to do that.
I said, I'll do that. So back then, it was 12 years ago, so the internet wasn't as big as it is today, so I went to the Yellow Pages
Yeah.
and phoned a handful of companies.
Yeah. Knowing you probably phoned more than that, but anyway.
I phoned 10, to be honest with you. Well, I don't know, it was 10 companies.
Supporter in him, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I couldn't believe the lack of professionalism in the contracting business. Now, keep in mind, I'd never used a contractor, so I
Right.
didn't know.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't show up.
Yeah.
They show up.
And you're offering them a sizable a contract
This
to
is a big
right?
deal for these companies.
Yeah.
So anyway, after going through all these companies, it was narrowed down to two.
Right.
A company here in Orange County and the company that Gary worked for.
Right.
And the association decided to go with Gary's company. Now, it took about, 3 months to install this project? And Gary managed the project all the way through as a salesperson for that company. And at the end of the project, he said to me, he says, I like in Orange County, I like to move my family down there. It's a
Right.
great place to live.
Yeah.
And you know enough about vinyl to be dangerous. So why don't we start a company?
Yeah.
So that's how the company started. And it was December, and we decided to put an ad in a local magazine. And the phone started ringing, and we started going out making appointments and making sales. And it was just the two of us. And I went to Costco, bought QuickBooks, gave it to my wife, and said, "Figure this out." And
Yeah.
she was
she
gonna.
did.
She did, and she was gonna answer the phone just for a couple of months. She ended up
Yeah.
working there a couple of years.
Wow.
But anyway, that's how it started. Rented out my house in Melissa Viejo.
So there was 2 of you, then 3 of you, and then you got some salespeople, and off you went, right?
And now we're approximately 35 people. So
And you got that huge big building on the side of the 405.
405, we share the building with Habitat for Humanity.
That's right.
And we got one in Redondo Beach and another one in San Juan Capistrano.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Gary, why would somebody want to put vinyl fence or those kind of products into their house right now?
Well, one of the major attraction that I had for the vinyl fencing was the sheer fact of no maintenance.
Right.
No more termites, no more painting. It's not going to brittle. It's not going to yellow on you. It's not going to turn bad. So once you do one project in fencing, you're pretty much done for the rest of the life of the house, or 30, 40 years, 50 years.
Now, what was before? People used to put wood and steel, or what was some of the hang-ups with the previous products that before vinyl came along?
Well, there's all we all know wood attracts termites.
Right.
It needs painting. It needs this coating
The sun-
for
the sun affects it and
sun
everything.
affects it. Your sprinkler
Right.
lines hit the fence and then they turn. You all seen this white,
Yeah.
round little white thing on the fence. The ugly things. You know,
Yeah.
you'll never get this stuff
Right.
from vinyl.
So that leads me to my next question. What are the advantages of vinyl? I mean, for the homeowner.
Well, vinyl, again, like Gary said, you never have to paint it.
Right.
It comes with a lifetime warranty, so it'll be the
So you
last
pick your
fence.
color, right? You've got
There's a variety of colors,
right,
and it'll be the last fence or patio cover that you'll install.
right. And you guys give like a lifetime guarantee or something?
Lifetime warranty
or-
on the vinyl material.
Right.
I mean, think about it. That's why the association did this.
Right.
I mean, they used to spend, 2.5 miles of fence and 192 gates. They were spending a lot of money on maintenance.
Yeah.
Gates failing, and painting, and now that's gone. It's
Yeah.
been installed, 12 years now?
Right.
And they spent not a dime on this fence.
Right.
So they're,
What was the number on that? It was like 30, 40,000 a year they were spending on maintenance.
Wow.
Maintaining
$40,000 a year spending on maintenance for the fence, and now that expense for the association is now gone.
So it's a pretty much of a no-brainer, right?
Absolutely.
So why do people not do vinyl? Is it just because they don't want to put out that investment right up front, or they don't like the look?
Well, vinyl does cost a little more. That's
Yeah.
one of the objections.
Right.
It's probably about 15-20% more.
But over a lifetime, that's not even a big deal, right?
Over a lifetime, it's actually costs less.
Yeah.
Because over the lifetime of vinyl, they probably have to replace 3-4 times their wood fence.
Right.
And so if you take it over a lifetime, it costs a lot less. But initial investment is a little more, so that's what it's a little hesitancy. And the other part is, vinyl, when I first got into business in 1996, people were not educated enough. When you tell them vinyl fence, they were like, oh, those vinyl chairs, they brittle and crack and yellow, no, this is all different. This is a structural vinyl bank fencing. It's an extrusion product with UV protectants in it. It's not your mold injection chairs. They're
Right.
extruded products. So
Yeah.
they're made to withstand as a fence.
Right.
And we took it from there, and now we make fencing, beautiful patio covers, and other
Yeah,
things.
you've got lots of new products that are coming on the market all the time now, right?
Right.
I see you've got like a huge range of different colors, styles. There's even you got the walls now, right?
It's called Dura Wall. It's
Yeah,
a vinyl
yeah.
block wall.
Yeah. So what do you guys do for fun?
Well, I like to spend a lot of time out in the desert.
Yeah, Palm Springs, you go there quite often, right?
Palm Springs, go there quite often.
Right.
Yeah, really enjoy
You've
it.
got a little place with a golf.
Got a house out there, yeah.
Yeah. You play golf?
Not as often as I'd like to, but I used to play a lot more until we started this business.
Yeah.
And now we're pretty
But
busy.
you play tennis a little bit as well, I hear.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to play tennis as well.
Well, you're not ready to take Federer on, but
No. But
And Gary, what do you do? You like to? I know you like to have fun.
Food and drink.
Of course. So doesn't everybody? Right?
I love having fun, as
Right.
you all know. And my biggest fun is when I'm surrounded with good friends and having parties and being at the house.
It's
and
about
eating
family.
good-
It's about family and friends.
Family
right?
and good friends around me, and it's just having fun and enjoying life because it's not all about work.
So to end off, I just for anybody watching this, I'd like you two guys to give them some advice on some of the books that you guys have read. So I know you guys both read a lot of business books and get ideas because we've got to get ideas from somewhere. Gordon, what's your favorite business book?
You know, I like the one of the success magazines. I like to read it, and they come with the CD. You can listen to it.
Put it in the car.
Very motivational.
Right.
Another great book that we both have been listening to and reading is Zig Ziglar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not only does he help you in the sales arena, it's all about good quality of life.
Yeah. One of my favorite sayings from him is, if you do enough things for other people, then you'll get what you want.
Exactly.
And so if it's that giving, constantly giving, and then you'll reach your goal at the end of the day. And what do you think, Kev?
Well, my take on this is life is always a learning thing. If you're not learning every day, you're just missing out on
You're
life.
either growing or you're dying,
Yeah,
right?
so you gotta read books, you gotta listen to motivational tapes, and you gotta stay positive, because this whole thing is, you can get, if it becomes negative on you, then it's not just fun, it becomes all work. So
Yeah.
but one of my book, and I would recommend this to every business owner, is The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. He actually changed our way of looking at a business.
Yeah.
Because his main thing is, you don't work in your business, you work on your business. So you work on your business to grow and everything
Right.
else.
And then in order to work on your business, you have to have the right team in place, which you guys.
Exactly.
And that team can only be great if it's been around so you've got that consistency, you've got the culture, you've got all that embedded into it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So learning the E-Myth and then staying positive, listening to Zig Ziglar is a riot.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
it's,
Well, I think it's Jim Rohn or Zig Ziglar said, how often do we have to read motivational stuff? And he says, like bathing, right? So you need to do it every day.
Zig Ziglar.
Was it Zig Ziglar?
Zig Ziglar.
Yeah, you go every day, right?
Every day it's like taking a bath. It just doesn't happen once and then you're done for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You gotta get motivated every day.
Well, thank you very much for coming in. It's been fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Phil.
you. Pleasure.